So I've just been sitting and thinking. I have been unemployed for almost 3 months now. I have never been this long without having a job since I was like 15 and I wasn't even allowed to work. Not even 15, because when I was 15 years old, I was a babysitter. Since I was 14, almost 10 years. I have never, ever been without work for this long. Like, this is actually crazy. So I told myself that I was going to take a hiatus from applying to jobs and just start applying again back in January, because I feel like this is a really bad time to be applying for jobs. It's literally Christmas, it's the holidays. The HR people are not going to be going through applications right now unless you're looking for a temp work for the holidays, which means I'm going to work for 2 weeks and then whatever is going to expire because it's only temporary for the holidays. So this is a terrible time. And then on top of that, I also go out of town. I go back home to visit my family for the holidays. So I probably wouldn't even start working if they were hiring until after the New Year's anyways. So I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, this is absolutely insane. Like, I genuinely don't know how this happened. Well, I do know how it happened, but nothing in a million years could have prepared me for this. And then sometimes, you want to be responsible and you think back about like all of the things that you've done to get you in the situation that you are in now. And I take accountability for a lot, but I feel like a lot of this is just providence. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I was placed in this predicament definitely for a reason, because there was a lot of things that happened that were there were things that were in my control. There were things that were completely out of my control. And the things that were out of my control definitely makes me feel like this is a form of God's providence and his sovereignty. And this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. But it's just absolutely insane. I've just been thinking to myself, like, if I don't get a job soon, like, should I just go work at Walmart? You know what? I'm really done with the corporate thing. When I started working at the third job as a receptionist, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be a corporate baddie. Okay, like, I want a job in a corporate office. And I know what you're thinking. Like, you don't have a degree. How are you going to work in corporate? You don't need a degree to work in corporate. It all just depends on what job you're applying for. But anyways, we're not going to get into it. But so yeah, I'm like, I want to be a corporate baddie. I want to work in an office and stuff like that. So I worked as a receptionist and I worked in HR. And after working in HR, I got the job as an office assistant. In between looking for work from HR to office assistant, I was really thinking, like, I really want to go work at Home Depot because I love gardening and I just want to do something that I love. And this is off topic, but one of the things that was really discouraging me from finding work is I really want to work for a company like that I actually believe in what they're doing. Like, I don't know if it was the nonprofit that kind of spoiled me a little bit, but when I was working as HR, as a recruiter, it was a sales company and it was cold calling. So a lot of times, like, when I was recruiting people, I just kind of felt bad because it's like, I don't necessarily believe in what they're doing here, even though they're not doing anything bad. I just could not shake the fact that I kind of felt bad that I knew that I'm going to recruit this person and they're most likely not going to work here for longer than a month, and nobody really wants to job hop like that. Like, I know that there are a lot of people who are okay with job hopping, but I personally am just not. I know that if you apply for a job and if you get settled in working, you're not going to want to quit after a month because you found out it wasn't a good fit for you. And I knew in the back of my mind that it wasn't going to be a good fit for a lot of people. And so I really wanted to work and do something that I enjoyed doing. So I was like, I want to apply to work at Home Depot because I love gardening. So I'm like, I can be in the floral department, but Home Depot only makes like 11 something an hour for the floral department, or maybe a little bit more than that. But like, I have rent, I have bills. Like, I cannot, even if I'm working full time, I would not be able to, that wouldn't be good for sustainable. Like, I would be living paycheck to paycheck, which is like fine, but I don't use credit cards anymore. So I really wanted to make sure that I was getting something with a reasonable pay. I also thought about going to work at the plant nursery, but same thing. And it's very difficult to get full-time hours at those positions, especially like a plant nursery. Home Depot, I might be able to get full-time hours, but working 40 hours a week at Home Depot, like I said, I've been working since I was 14 years old, and I am fully aware of the effects of what working 40 hours a week does to your body. And I might sound like a spoiled brat when I say that, but it's the truth. Like, when you work 40 hours a week and you come home tired at the end of every day, then on Saturday is your shopping day because now you have to go get groceries, and then you have to clean, and then you come home on Sunday and you have to go to church. It's just a whole bunch of, it's just like you never really have time to do anything like this, like as productivity. Like, like for yourself. If I'm gonna work 40 hours a week, I would prefer it to be in something that's not so physically demanding, even though Home Depot sounded great because I wanted to be in the floral department. I just was like, I don't know if that would be something sustainable for me. So the Home Depot, the plant nursery, I was also thinking about going to work at Target, maybe going to work at Ulta because I really like makeup. I did apply for Target, and y'all, oh my goodness, what happened at Target was I applied for Target. I was on the phone with the hiring manager, and I'm a Christian, okay? I go to church every single Sunday, not negotiable. That's just what it is. And so she asked me on the phone, she pulled my application for the department that I wanted to work in. They actually really needed people in that department. So she was like, oh, is there any day that you can't work? And I was like, I cannot work on Sundays because I have church, religious. And she did not even let me finish my sentence. She didn't let me finish my sentence. She cut me off. She was like, oh no. I'm like, I cannot work on Sundays. Oh no. I cannot work on Sundays. Oh no. And I'm just like on the phone, like, what? Like, yeah, like it's a religious thing. Like I have church on Sundays, so I can't work on Sundays. And she's like, yeah, there's a lot of people here who don't want to work on Sundays because they have to go to church. If I let you off on Sundays, then I have to let everybody off on Sundays. And I'm just like, completely understandable. That is so reasonable. I understand that I am asking for a lot by not working on Sundays, but I mean, like there's so many employees in this Target. You telling me that you can't let me not? Anyways, I'm not going to be spoiled. I don't think the whole world revolves around me. If those are their rules, those are their rules, okay? So I'm just going to have to leave it at that. So I just constantly keep hitting a crosswords where it's like, if I work at a place like Target, Home Depot, I was thinking about applying for HEB. If you don't live in Texas, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you have to live without HEB. But they have a really nice floral department there too. But once again, their floral department didn't look that big and that physically demanding. Not that I'm opposed. Like I work out, like I'm not weak or anything, like not weak, but like I'm not brittle, I'm not frail, I'm not gonna fall apart if I pick up a box, you know what I mean? Home Depot just seems very, very demanding on the body. I feel like I'm gonna come home from work sore every day, and I just cannot come home from work sore every day and also try to do YouTube. Like it's just not, something's gonna have to give, and I don't want to be stuck at Home Depot for the rest of my life, okay? So HEB's floral department looked a lot less demanding, you know what I mean? I was thinking about applying there, but because their floral department is a lot smaller, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to get full-time hours. So if the benefit of working in an office is that most office buildings are closed Saturday, Sunday. So the whole I don't work on Sundays thing, that was never an issue at the past 3 jobs that I had because they were closed on Sundays anyways. And I also go to Bible study throughout the week. And so with Target, I was going to see if I could get hired there and then wiggle my way out of working on that weeknight that I have to go to Bible study, but it just would have been a long battle. But with working a 9 to 5, it was never an issue. I never had to ask to be off on Thursday nights because I had to go to Bible study. I just was able to, it was never a problem. I never had to ask to be off on Sundays to go to church because I was just able to just go to church. But when I work in an office, we also have all of the issues that I've been talking about on this channel for the past 2 weeks. So I really don't know. I really don't know. Should I just go work at Walmart? I feel like if I worked at Walmart's floral department is not that big. But I feel like if I worked at Walmart, I would still run into the same issues. Yeah, I'm really trying to decide. That's really been like the crossroads from this whole application process. Do I go work somewhere like Home Depot, Kroger's, plant nursery, the library? The library sounds fun. I love books. A coffee shop, that sounds fun. Not Starbucks, but any like random little coffee shop, that sounds fun. But they don't pay enough, and they're probably gonna make me work on Sundays, and that's a no-go. That's been like a crosswords. To work at Home Depot or to work at an office. I don't know. But yeah, in the meantime, stay strong. Bye guys.